Minnesota Vikings. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Goff going to look to throw right away.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Back to the air. Goff on second down. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. To throw is gone. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Now a third down throw, and misses the target, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that tough rule being gone makes defenses.
Vikings turn up the heat, and they block it. And they are going to take possession of the football. Special teams putting a mark on this game early. Opening drive, block punt.
And for one team, it's a good mark, and for the other, not so good. And this is why special teams coaches are like designated hitters to me. They don't get very many opportunities. They need to maximize when it comes their way. And as we just said, one of them did.
Throwing to start the drive. Strong.
That'll be complete to the running back, Nwangu.
And he'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
12 yards there, first down Vikings.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. First carry here for Nwangu.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
On second down, here's Nwangu.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Looking to throw. Strong. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
And his kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here's Goff. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
Throwing on 3rd, gone. And it's intercepted. It's Tariq Castro-Fields who picked it. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much, and it turned out that it got into his head a little bit.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Back to throw. Strong. Touchdown! Brandon Ayuk with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now in the year. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL, but I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Slot man moves right. On 2nd and 9, Goff. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Here's Goff. And this is caught. It's Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And some space here.
Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Goff on 1st down.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
And just 1 tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. On 2nd and 10, Goff. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter.
So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
So a couple of first downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Vikings at 5-7 now on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Wangu going to get it on the counter.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
Another run now for Nwangu.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence, haven't allowed a point yet, flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Gone. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
That was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. 3rd and long. It's gone. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, Jack Fox armed to punt for Detroit.
And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. Taking it about the 16. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting 1st downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's right.
Finding space at the 40.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. 31 yards.
With that down and distance, no real surprise they decided to throw the ball. But I think where the surprise kicked in, the result. Short pass downfield. That ball got taken for a nice journey to turn into a big play.
On 1st down, Strong.
Check that down to Nwangu out of the backfield. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. From the gun on 3rd down. Strong.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 2nd and 12, Goff. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Throwing on 1st down. Strong. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Up the middle, Nwangu. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the 1st down marker. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This from 44 yards away. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The final shot before break here. Goff. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it and try and win this ball game.
Looking to throw on second down. Strong. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Operating from the gun. Strong.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. The Vikings send out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is brought in at the 21. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 38, Goff. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
From the gun on third down, Goff.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Benjamin St. Juice. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
What a quick start to the drive, but not for the team that really needed it. In only a few seconds, the opposing QB found himself on the turf, and the defense is celebrating second and long.
To throw on second down. Strong. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Vikings are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off the play fake. Strong. Eluding the pressure right. And the defense loses him. It's complete.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure is good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Looking to throw. Strong. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Chase Claypool, an 11-yard touchdown, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 23. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And now here's another interception.
It's Tariq Castro Fields who picked it. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Operating from the gun. Strong.
Open man completes it to Claypool.
Touchdown, Vikings.
Chase Claypool
With his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from going up by 30.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings booming away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time.
Go off a handoff here to Swift.
And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46.
Once again, it's Swift.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. As big blowouts been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On third down, here comes Swift.
And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Desperation time for Goff on fourth. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Lions turned away on fourth down. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Flushed, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Kwity Paye able to record his 5th sack of the season. The offense on third down, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 19. Off play action. Strong. Rolling to his left. Looking for right, and he finds him. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working?
The ball comes out. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through. And that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. They'll start out here with an option left. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down. Off the play fake. Strong. That ball caught. Brandon Ayuk. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. On first down, it's gone.
That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Throwing again on second down. Goff.
And he'll get this into the hands of Swift once again.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. There's Goff. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. Now a first down throw. Goff.
He'll find Swift out of the backfield.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. To throw again on second down. Goff. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Out of the gun. Goff. On the move to his left. And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick.
And the Vikings are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
They'll go right back to the long group.
And he'll get it down here to the 43.